Alright, when you are ready, please introduce yourselves, introduce the run, give a countdown for the timer, and we'll get ourselves started.
Hello, my name is TJ, and I'm going to be showcasing Mario Odyssey Kaizo any percent, and I'm joined in the commentary booth by Karate Man. How are you, Karate Man?
Hello, I am tired, but I am so excited to see this Kaizo run. You guys don't even know what you're in for. Kaizo SMO is one of the most awesome mods that's been made for this game.
Yeah, we'll get more into it as the run starts, but for now we're just going to start up the timer here. We'll explain why I'm on the time and date screen here to start as well once we get there in like Sand Kingdom. Okay, hold on. I didn't start my timer. Okay. Okay.
Just a little pre-set up here.
3, 2, 1, go. I always forget last split counts down to 0.
Yeah, you gotta wait that extra second.
Okay, so first thing you're going to notice is I'm playing on English, and that's just because this mod doesn't have a simplified Chinese text file, so the only text file it has is an English text file, so you're just forced into English for the run. And,
if you do know the regular Mario Odyssey speedruns, most every run is done on Chinese because there's less text, but with modded playthroughs, there's usually not multiple language options.
Yeah. So the first thing you're going to see me do here is do a buffered spin pound and transition that into a roll. That's just done by spinning the stick twice and then doing the ground pound inputs. And then you can roll by holding the crouch button and shaking the controller. And that's just the fastest ground speed. And we're going to get into some of the changes to the mod very quickly here in like 10 more seconds.
Yes, besides the skybox change, where we have a nice little like sky filled with galaxies and stars, here's our first major change. There's no bridge. We're gonna see Cheese J expertly platform on these little skull signs here.
Oh,
First try.
No,
Oh!
I didn't get my cap bounce. I knew that was
Unfortunately, that was a first frame jump on the second skull sign, and if you do a first frame jump in Odyssey, you do not regain your cap bounce. Very unlucky kind of frame perfect thing there.
I'll still make that.
Good backup.
There we go. Second try.
Just gotta delay that jump a little.
And now I'm gonna try to climb the frog tower here without the frog because there are no frogs in this tower for me to utilize.
Yes, the tutorial capture has been completely removed from the game, forcing us to do some major platforming right at the beginning. But this is nothing for Cheese J.
Perfect. I found if I go to the left of that cornering, it's a little bit more consistent. I don't have Cappy screw me over as much. And then this is left side, just climbing the left side of the tower just because it's like 2 seconds faster. And I'm going around the intended way.
Yes, because why take the ramp when you can just jump straight up the fence? And here we've got Topper. There's not too much different about this boss fight other than 3 spinies being in the way, so you just gotta kind of avoid them a little bit. And right there,
There we go.
that is how you avoid them. Fight's over.
Okay, so I'm not going to make my ESTA window I was going for there.
That's okay. We can still explain that once we get to sand.
Yeah.
We'll just see a manual version.
Okay, and going into Cascade here, I'm going to be doing a trick known as first min skip. And that's just so I can grab the first min a bit later when it's a little bit faster.
There's a couple different versions over the years that have been found for first moon skip, but this one that Chi-Chi is going to be doing, I believe, is one of the original versions.
I'm going to go for wet, I think. I've been going back and forth.
Oh, you are going to go for wet. Okay.
Yeah. I've been going back and forth between rock and wet. I think they're both, like, equally inconsistent.
I was watching your old PB, and I know you do rock.
Yeah, I did rock and actually I was really struggling with wet at the time. So.
Wet first moon skip just means you touch the water for a brief second and get a nicely timed wall jump right there.
Yeah, that was really good.
Very clean.
And now we're traversing over this gap, and we're going to be making our way up to the Madame Brutal boss fight now.
This jump right here is known as Rib Cage jump. It is actually used in vanilla top level any percent speedruns. And a successful first try from Cheese J.
Yep. And now we get to fight Madame Brutal. This boss fight is barely changed. There's just a couple of rocks in the way, but it doesn't really change the fight in any sort of significant way. I just stand in this.
Yeah, pretty similar to the boss fight in Cap Kingdom with Topper. You just have to avoid the things that are there. In this case scenario, there's not spinies moving around. It's just a couple of rocks you have to avoid. So going on these little diagonals here makes it super easy to aim.
Yeah, I just stand in a slightly different spot in the arena and it works out.
And there you go. Fight's over. Another easy boss fight.
Yep, and now we have 2 easy moons to close out this kingdom. We have the first moon, which I skipped over earlier. And then we have just on top of the rubble.
Yeah, so in this mod, purposely skipping the first moon makes it easier to grab on the second pass. I forget if there's the full story moon cutscene if you were to grab the moon normally.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But grabbing it in this instance, there will not be a cutscene.
Yeah, if you grab it normally, you still get the cutscene, but doing it now, you just get the regular, like, 2 to 3 second long moon jingle, which is significantly faster, which is why we grab it now.
And then you're going to see there is a capture we're going to use for these next 2 moons that is not normally in this kingdom at all. Doesn't spawn here in the vanilla game. Right after this cutscene.
Yep.
And here we've got a Gushin. Typically, you'd find these guys in Seaside Kingdom, but because it's a Kaizo mod, we're going to find a lot of things out of place here. But that is the last moon we need for Cascade.
Yep, we're going to be flying over this gap here and then heading on to the Sand Kingdom. Yeah, that was a really good cascade. I think I got golds. That was really good. That was pretty much perfect.
Very good start to the run.
Other than the gap, though.
Yeah, other than that, we're going to ignore that. Don't worry. That never happened. It was just, we're getting a little rust off. Just starting the run, warming up. But now might be a good time to explain DSTA before we get there. If you saw at the beginning of the run, Jay was presetting the clock on the Switch, and that's for a very important reason, because in Sand Kingdom, there is a seed that gets planted that typically takes 20 minutes of in-game time to grow, but if you change the clock on your Switch, it'll instantly grow. So what we tried to do there was have daylight savings skip ahead 1 hour right after we plant the seed, but unfortunately, because of the death in Cap Kingdom, it looks like that timing's not going to line up, so we're just going to have to manually change the clock, and it'll still get the same exact result.
I might still make it. We'll see. I saved a lot of time back in that cascade, so I might still make it. I saved like 15 seconds on my average cascade there.
That's really good.
Yeah. So I'm like 15 seconds behind where I want to be right now, typically.
We're going to start with grabbing a bunch of moons from the town here. Tostarena Town, which you may know from the Mario Galaxy movie trailers. There's a bunch of moons here that are still sort of normal, but moved to a slightly different spot. So you'll see the rumble room here is just barely moved around the corner. And the actual hiding spot of the moon is completely swapped with the other rumble room from Seaside Kingdom.
I'm still making it.
Oh, perfect. Okay, we don't even have to do the manual trick. We still get the automatic version.
Oh my god, good save there. Hold on.
Oh, good grab.
I got a really bad cap bounce there. Yep,
okay, so the seed has been planted.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Back up.
Got it.
There we go. That timing's really important. So the bird is moved quite high up in the air there. So if you don't get that jump on the icicle, it's going to be really, really hard to hit the bird. But GJ getting it first try.
Yep. That was a good start to town so far.
The developers of this mod really tried to make every single part of the game harder. And when they got to slots, they were like, how can we make this harder? Let's just add some gusts of wind.
That was almost really bad. I came really
if you
close to
slip
getting
out of the room, you have to completely respawn the moon.
There it is.
But now our seed's fully grown.
This is a really cool piece of movement I like for this moon. There we go. I love that up there dive.
Can't even see the moon as you dive into it. I always thought that was a unique hiding spot.
And then we're going to be getting where the birds gather right here. It's moved over here in the middle of the kingdom. I thought I overshot it there.
Just kind of a random spot. Usually that's on a mound or a little hill. But in this case, you just got to find where the birds are.
Yep, where the birds are gathering. And then we're going to be going for on the other leaning pillar here. A lot of these moons you're going to notice are pretty similar to vanilla in some of these early kingdoms, but the difficulty of this mod definitely gets much harder later.
Yes, don't let Cheese J's current skills in early game deceive you, because it does get a lot harder.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to land. That's how you do that.
Yeah, good idea.
I've always been taking damage to those cactus, so landing is definitely the play.
It is actually possible on that previous moon behind the cactuses to clip through the wall instead of having to come back out and climb up.
Yeah, I don't know how that out of bounds works though. And same thing with this. You can clip out of bounds to grab this moon, but the out of bounds is really awkward, so I just opted to do it the intended way here. But
So
I am
pretty vanilla on that moon. It was still in the same
Yeah.
location, just no pipe to exit the room. It was literally just moved higher up, that's all.
Yeah, and then I am going to be doing an out of bounds clip to get into this moon, which is Sphinx clip.
Throwback to the 1.0 days when this is actually in the any percent speedrun. And a second try clip.
Yeah, that clip's surprisingly easy, actually.
Yo, especially on 1.0. I think the only times I've ever done that clip are on a Target store model of Mario Odyssey in demo mode. But now we get a little trick jump around the side here for a moon. Just kind of hanging off the wall. Very nice. 2 more moons and we are out of sand.
Yeah, we're going for one more final sub area here.
This is the invisible skull sign maze sub area.
Okay. The sub area is quite difficult, so hopefully I don't mess it up too bad.
The secondary moon in here, or the first moon, the side moon that we're going to see, it's not that hard. It's just kind of moved to a hidden location. But as long as you know where the sign is, it's very, very easy to grab. The second moon is a little bit harder because in this second room, there's an invisible wall that you have to jump just barely under. And it's a very, very small gap between the bottom of the wall and the poison floor.
Ah, so close.
Very tight gap, just like I said.
Yeah. Okay. I find jumping at an angle helps, I think, recently, so I'll just try that again. That.
Kaizo means extremely difficult. Yes, this is extremely difficult.
I hate this jump. I hate this jump at the end. This was gold base in this sand. Dang it.
It seems like everything's been gold place except for one mistake.
I threw Cappy! Oh my gosh. This isn't
It's all good. It's all good.
Also isn't great for my coin count.
Yeah, we are going to need to purchase some shop moons throughout the run, so worrying about coins is important. There it is, just barely under the invisible wall. And one final moon.
Dang, that really sucks. Man, that was going to be like actually...
Just barely landed on that.
Dude, if I got that first try, that was going to be like a 30-second gold, no joke.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive. You already have a pretty damn good time in this category.
Yeah, a lot of my golds are bad, though. It's just that in my PB, I play up to all of them except one. Okay, on to Lake.
All right, well.
Which is a pretty quick and consistent kingdom. We're going to be in and out in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, Lake isn't too terrible. You will see there is a lot added to the boss fight that tries to make it chaotic, but if Cheese J is able to tame Rango, then it won't be too bad.
Yeah. Rango's like the only real difficult part of this entire kingdom. A lot of the other moons are just out in the open, and you just gotta grab them.
Yeah, pretty much we've got a minor trick jump for the first moon, and then a little bit of cheap swimming.
Yeah. So just gotta skip one more cutscene. There we go. Okay, and then this first moon is just gonna be kind of sitting out way high up top here. I can grab it with a spin pound jump.
That was a nice roll along the water.
Yeah, that water roll is pretty consistent actually.
Alright, so into the main portion of the kingdom now. We're gonna capture that cheap. Get a little underwater movement.
Yep, and we're gonna be grabbing Dory here. And there actually is a route that lets you skip over fighting the Rango boss here, but it requires you to do like outfit clip, which I'm not a fan of. But I find that to be super inconsistent, even
Oh, I
on
love that clip.
even on the easier version for Clips 1.0.
You'll find that in base Mario Odyssey, there are a lot of walls that you can clip through if you're dedicated enough.
Yeah, I'll take that. It's very easy to take a second hit leaving that room there, so I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, those seaweed enemies are pretty annoying. It's very, very easy to take damage on them. And it's slow to kind of shake attack with the Cheep Cheep to get rid of them.
There we go.
All right, final moon before Rango.
And now we're going to be doing just a simple cap bounce against the Rango, and this Rango boss fight is quite a bit more difficult, but should hopefully still be pretty consistent.
Gee, chat, I wonder why this fight is more difficult. Can anybody tell? Surely it's not the massive spinners that are covering literally the entire arena.
I'm just dead. That's unfortunate. If you miss one input, it's just
normal
over.
to me.
It's just over if you miss one input. That sucks.
Yeah, there's one small safety area you can get to after the first hit here, but it's sometimes kind of hard to aim Rango into that spot.
Come on. Come on. Okay,
So TJ is trying to land directly on the top of Rango to kind of end that in-between phase early, and it's just not getting the landing.
I'm just gonna die again. It's just over again. And
Let's see. Can you save it? Oh!
Man, this game's bullying me. It's over again, I think. No, I got it. No, what?
It's so hard to get that bounce on
There
top of
we
him if you
go.
don't get it first try. Very nice. Good backup.
Okay, finally. Third try.
Once you get into position, it's super, super easy, because doing this in normal any percent, it's like the easiest thing to replicate, but when you're trying to avoid obstacles, it makes it a lot harder.
There we go.
Shoutouts to Red Slay and SMO Joy-Con for making this mod, by the way. That is true. Two very
Yes.
awesome mod developers in the SMO community. Yeah, those spikes were rotating at the speed of Sonic. It's true.
Okay, moving on to Wooded now. Wooded is more of just like a really movement-heavy kingdom. There's not really anything that's super difficult other than just like a couple of trick jumps. But there's nothing that can really kill me in the entire kingdom.
You are kind of going all over the kingdom with this. You're going to see some trick jumps to areas you're not expecting. There's going to be nuts hidden in various different spots that are unexpected. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Wooded's great. We will be starting off with a couple of normal moons you'd see here in any percent, just in a slightly different order or slightly different location.
Yeah. We're still in the part of the run, like the early game part of the run, where a lot of the moons are kind of out in the open and not too difficult yet.
In some of the sub areas in Wooded that we're not doing in this run, there are some very, very tricky moons. One of them requires like a 7 out of 10 level trick jump to avoid poison. Absolutely insane. But we're not doing that here. That's too much. I don't even think that jump is available yet.
Perfect. Oh, I knew that was totally off. There we go. I was barely short there.
We're just barely too low.
Yeah. Barely got that. I mean, it's
So
really
once
high
again,
up.
just getting moons that are like randomly moved into high off areas.
And then I'm doing some bunny manipulation by going all the way back in the tree here, and then I'm gonna chuck this rock, and then hopefully meet the bunny right here. Perfect.
The bunny updates in Kaizo mode make them extremely annoying. There's, I don't even know how many bunnies are in this game, but some of the paths that they have set in this mod make it extremely hard to land on them or to even just stun them.
Yeah, that bunny in particular has moon gravity, I believe, and I do not.
Yeah, they jump really, really far and sometimes really high.
And now we're gonna be doing some platforming to get on top of a very tall tree here to grab the next moon. And some of this movements actually
Literally
need
called
blind,
atop
too.
a tall tree.
Yep.
Do we have time for a very quick donation?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, £5. Excuse me. £5 from Nick RP Green. Messages. Thanks for having me on InstaSpeedathon. You're most welcome, Nick. Hope you enjoyed the runs. Here's a half of what's needed for the Rhythm Heaven Fever blindfolded incentive. Someone's gonna have to match me, so obviously that goes. Excuse me. That goes towards the incentive for the Rhythm Heaven Fever. It goes towards the blindfolded incentive. So that's now at £45 out of 50. So it only needs £5 more to be met. That run is later on today, so be sure to get that met fairly soon if we would like to see that incentive be met. And there's also the hat choice for the Ollie Oop run, which is coming up next for the pumpkin hat. So you guys have about an hour and 20 minutes, based on estimate, left to go and donate to that poll. For the Ollie Oop All Missions run. So if you'd like to see a particular hat be chosen, then be sure to put your donation towards a poll option of choice. Currently, Astronaut is winning on £20, Pumpkin is second place on £5, and the other options have £0 each.
All right, chat, you got to match that $5 dono then. We got to hit that goal.
Yep. Okay, just doing some platforming off some invisible wall geometry there. And then doing some ramp jumping to get up that ramp really fast. That's
Just going out of the way for more nut moons. There was an unfortunate trick jump in there that it looked like you totally were going to make it, so I don't know how it bonked.
I got a really bad vector. Usually I'm trying to land on the platform to the right of the one I was aiming at.
Right, yes, I did know that. Little roll, cancel, bounce. Cool little movement tech.
I did that wrong.
That's okay. Good thing there's a platform to take you right back up that does not normally exist in the vanilla game. You do have to use that platform to collect a specific moon. I think, well, you had to bring like a fire bro up it or something, but we're not doing that moon in this route.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, like every moon in this mod, I just know the 80% stuff.
I know just about every moon in this mod, considering I beat them all.
Yeah, I
881 moons.
never really went further than 80% with this mod.
Little Flower Road skip.
Oh my gosh.
A little tight, but we still made it. There's a lot of missing platforms here, so you kind of gotta worry about where you're gonna land to make it to this nut. But that is not our final nut. There's more.
One more around this corner here. Right here.
2 more total.
Yep. Well, actually 3 more, I think, with this one.
Oh, 3, yeah, 3 more total, sorry.
And then trick jumping so I don't die there, and then we get to climb this tower.
Yeah, falling down after collecting that nut is hugely detrimental, so being able to make it back to the platform is pretty awesome. Darker Side looks so bad in this mod. Yeah, Darker Side is a beast of its own. Darker Side is kind of set up sort of like Celeste, where there's like portions and levels to it. It's very hard.
Okay, 3 more moons left in the kingdom. 1 nut, and then 1 really annoying sub-area that I dislike.
No boss fight here. This is not around the corner, and the only difference here is you got to go a little bit further around the corner because there's an extra wall. Now we're going to get the final 2 moons in Flooded Pipeway sub-area, and you're going to see there's 2 differences here. There's fast water, and there is moon gravity.
Yeah, it's makes the sub-area very unfun. Oh, I missed my cycle. I'm gonna take a hit. That'll work. That'll work. And now there's 1 more moon I gotta grab at the end of this room. This is just damage boosting, essentially. There's, like, no good way about going about this, as it... You can just tell that it's just not a fun room.
I made a mistake earlier. There are 3 changes in this room. You also don't have Cappy.
Okay, And with that, we're going to be on to Cloud. Cloud is a pretty consistent kingdom. It's barely changed from vanilla. And there's a manipulation you can do to just have it function as completely as vanilla.
Time to punch Bowser.
Yep. So the change you're
Jay
going
kind
to
of eating this up. Oh, Jay's doing amazing.
Not really.
No, Jay is doing fantastic. Don't listen to Jay. Jay's being modest.
The change you're going to notice in Cloud Kingdom here is that there's a bunch of cloud platforms that Bowser likes to land on, but you can manipulate it so he only lands on the cloud platforms on the first phase.
Yeah, the devs tried to make this fight a little goofy. There are times where Bowser will be up in the air, but we'll make him fall down. He'll float down to the ground so we can keep punching him.
Oh, a little bit early there.
God, I do that so often.
What?
There you go. You can already see Bowser floating in the air.
How did that happen? Okay. There we go, and then he should jump down here.
There he is.
Now
I think he meant to land on one of those cloud blocks, but fell through it.
Now if I roll to the center of the arena, he should jump down this way. Yep. And then I
Gotta
can
love
just
the manips.
I can just do the vanilla fast dash right here.
Yes, for those who don't know, fast hats is where you stand right by Bowser, and as soon as he's about to throw the hat out, you automatically capture it before it can kind of do a circle around the arena.
Fortunate. So I think he'll be in the air here. Yeah, but I can just do that.
Yeah, as long as you get one hit on him, he'll just kind of start to float downward. I don't know if that was the dev's intention or if they wanted him to stay up on the cloud block, but hey, it works for us. Don't worry, the boss fight at the end of the game with Bowser is significantly harder.
Yeah. That
Smacking gravity into him, I love that.
Yeah, the boss fight at the end is that makes that fight look like a joke. That fight's quite easy in comparison.
Yeah. Very, very easy on Cloud Kingdom. But now we're in Lost. We're going to see a little bit of meme tree action here. This is done in pretty much every single run that touches Lost Kingdom.
Perfect. And then gotta get him to
Here's something you don't normally see.
Yeah, you gotta get him to hit these blocks. There's a couple of minutes throughout this run where you kind of just gotta do like the vanilla intended strat to get them in.
There is some actually really, really cool routing coming up here. We're going to see a series of moons in a row after that hidden one. We're going to go to cave gardening, spawn the cave gardening moon, and then go like a completely different way. We're going very out of the way before coming back for this moon. So you see the moon didn't spawn because there's one more flower hidden just over here. And now the moon has spawned, but we're not going back for it yet. There's a moon right on the top of this stump. And then we're going to get to the top of the kingdom, so we have access back to that cave gardening as quickly as possible. So we're not going to climb back up to it. We're also not going to touch that checkpoint. We're going to trick jump all the way over here.
Can't like that.
Very nice, very nice.
Come in. Thank you.
Oh, God, yeah, I thought you were going to long jump there. I got nervous.
Oh, I actually got that. I've never gotten that manip before.
Very nice. Got the butterfly. And now dropping for the floating moon and cave gardening.
Yep. Oh, that's
There's going to be one more moon kind of floating off the side of the level, and we're going to get that soon.
There's one floating underneath this normal butterfly platform here that I'm going to be grabbing right now.
There's a lot of moons under things.
Yeah, if the devs don't know where to put a moon, it's always underneath something. I'm dead, I think.
That might be a death.
Oh, I wall jumped. That's bad.
Oh! Yeah, it's a death.
This is another
This
is another kingdom where I was on gold base and I just choked the last moon.
I don't think you got the checkpoint up top.
No, I'm gonna have to go all the way back now. No big deal.
Only 2 left.
Not that big of a deal to come all the way back. There you go.
Nice.
And then there's one more moon right next to the Odyssey I'm going to be grabbing.
Oh, I forgot that block was down there.
Yeah. It's kind of nice because it lets you work back.
Leaving Cappy behind for a little dram strat there. It's where you home Cappy in to whatever's near him, in this case the globe, while doing another task.
And with that, we're going to be going on to Metro Kingdom here.
Yes, we get to start off Metro with the hardest trick jump in the entire game, Metro Impossible Jump.
Yep. This jump actually is not anywhere near impossible. As it
Yeah, no,
turns out.
I was being a little sarcastic. It was thought to be impossible once, and then people got good at the game and realized, wow, this is actually like the most simple jump we can do.
Yeah.
If you really want to make this jump impossible, you can try doing it in Night Metro without Cappy, because that is possible.
Very easy jump. Look at that. And now we're gonna
First try.
We're gonna be going for a strat known as left throw, where we just climb the left side of the kingdom to get to the city hall.
Yeah, so Metro World Peace was changed quite a bit. In this game, you're supposed to do in this level, you're supposed to do the festival, and there's like a huge 2D
Hello?
section.
Oh my gosh.
That was weird. Like, couldn't stand up from the ledge grab. What the heck?
Yeah,
But
there we go.
like I said, there's usually the festival where you're going through sort of a bunch of 2D platforms, and you've got Donkey Kong. We're not going to be doing festival, but similar to what festival makes you do, there's
Hey guys, Cheese J's disconnected from the stream, so it's something that's happened on Jay's side. I think we'll get it sorted as soon as possible. I'll pause the timer for the time being, and then we'll get started back again as soon as we have a signal. In the meantime, yeah, Karate Man saying it's probably school Wi-Fi that's having a hiccup. You guys can't hear Karate Man at the moment, but I can. Sorry, Karate Man, you can't be heard on... It's alright. We do have a £5 donation in that, I think. Oh, Siri just activated. Go away, Siri. Thanks. Celtic Tranquilo. Damien, there we go. Cheese is back. Hang on a minute. Let's get the stream back on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
cool.
Alright, I think we're back.
Okay, let me know when I'm good to continue.
Right. Restarting timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Alright, you didn't miss anything, chat. We were rolling along a little bridge. You missed one minor trick jump to gain some height, and now we're inside the town hall. That's all that happened.
Yep. And this is the first only up section of the run.
Oh god, don't spoil it.
Really? Oh God, this game is
Oh,
bull.
the value dive. That it wasn't even a value dive. Cappy just homed in on the coins without even trying.
This game is being so mean to me today. It's unreal.
Yeah, that is one of the annoying things with Cappy. Sometimes he does not throw straight in the direction you're aiming. If you're near like a coin or something, or say a checkpoint, Cappy will very slightly try to home in on it, even if you're not shaking to home. So it's very frustrating when you're trying to get a very straight angle and, you know, dive straight onto Cappy, but Cappy moves to the side instead. There we go. Second try. And here is our first moon for Metro. Oh, careful.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, I got no
We do have to
speed
make
there.
a trick jump.
I think I'm falling.
You did not have speed there.
Yeah. I'm getting stuck. Okay. Whatever, man.
Metro Tower is very hard. It is a Kaizo mod, let's remind everyone. It is meant to be extremely hard.
Climbing up it again now. Okay, get away from me, please.
Yo, can we see some love in chat for Cheese's perseverance here in Metro Kingdom? This mod is really testing some patience.
Oh, awesome sauce. I can save that.
It's okay. Platforms will respawn.
Why am I doing that? What am I doing? I'm trying to be too hyper-optimal now.
I think that's a death.
Yeah. So frustrating.
Kaizo in general tests the patience. Yes. Yes, it does. And this is not even the hardest part of the mod yet. Don't you worry, guys. It's going to get harder before it gets easier.
What am I doing? Oh my gosh, give me a break! Where am I? I'm not making that jump. There we go.
Yeah, some of the jumps in this area really require perfect height. So if Jay thinks she's going to miss, got to reset on that and try again.
There we go. Okay, I should have it here.
Yeah, that looks a lot cleaner.
There you go. Wow, that took way too long.
Out of the tower.
Okay, do you want to explain what
Now
they
it's
did
time
to
for
the
the
boss fight, Karate Man?
Yeah. This is the most grueling boss fight in all of Odyssey. Usually you have to fight the Mecha Wiggler here. But as you can see, there is no Mecha Wiggler. There's just a Tropical Wiggler. And all we did was knock his hat off. We didn't capture him. We didn't kill him. And then all of a sudden, whoa, a multi-moon magically spawns. That's crazy. We beat the boss. Yeah, there is no boss fight in Metro for Kaizo mod because they tried modding Mecha Wiggler and it just broke the mod. It would crash every time. So they unfortunately had to remove Mecha Wiggler and your boss fight is just the Tropical Wiggler instead. But it's as easy as just knocking a hat off. And then as soon as the Tropical Wiggler despawns, the multi-moon spawns in.
No, I was trying to be hyper optimal Sly because I'm tilted. That's what happened on the first one.
Yeah, the first long jump was tough. Jay was forced to do that jump from on the chest because the platform fell. But the platform obviously gives you a little more distance to maneuver, so you get more speed. And it's further forward than the chest. But it's okay, we're past it now. We're in today, Metro. Gonna start here with a little trick jump to the side. Random move checkpoint. But that's not what our goal is. Our goal is this moon right here, which we're gonna try and clip to the wall with. Does not look like we got the clip.
That's a
pretty
Shawnee
tough
bounce,
one.
though.
To get the Shawnee bounce. If you miss one piece of tech, you gotta go for the other.
That was clean. That water tower can be a huge problem with that movement going into the shop here.
Love the 30 coin stack by the billboards. Yeah, just a little bit of coins on the way. We are going to have to buy some more shop moons, so it is important to keep track of coins.
And then for this scooter moon here, or RC car moon rather, they made it so you can't do the normal scooter clip. They turned the cage backwards, and then they also put the moon in the ground so you can't clip into it.
Yeah, the cage being backwards doesn't stop you from clipping the scooter in, but the moon being basically in the ground makes it too low to touch. So you have to do it the intended way.
And now we're going to be doing bullet building.
This one's got a cute little moon. The way you collect the trash moon in this, I think, is interesting. Just another great use of like all of Mario and Cappy's movement in this game. So there's multiple different types of throws you can do as Cappy, one of them being a down throw like that. And there you go, clipping through the platform to get the moon.
No, that's not how you do that. There we go. And then cheeky
And
little
then just an
triple
easy
jump
triple
here.
jump.
Nope, nope.
Oh,
I'm just dead.
that was an awkward one. How did you end up on the other side of the grate there?
I just had it bad back there.
There's multiple different ways to do this trick jump. You can do it with a triple jump, with a vault. I don't know if there's any other options.
There we go.
Here's the triple jump.
And I'm dead. Oh my god!
Ooh, just barely too low.
I haven't gotten a single thing right this entire run yet, by the way. just if we're
That is
keeping
not
track.
true. You golden cascade, so obviously you did something right.
You go roll the easiest split.
That has much more speed.
There you go.
All right, halfway done with Metro. We're moving on. Those buildings have evil geometry. Yeah, if only we got a little bit of up warp going on.
There we go. Okay,
Nice
moon underneath this air conditioning unit.
We have a couple moons that are like underneath things here. Here's the first one. Can you guys tell where the moon's underneath now?
Oh my gosh. I don't know how that works.
There it is.
Under the sandwich. I like
Under the
name of that.
sandwich. Yeah, that moon is typically called girder sandwich because it's up in between the two horizontal girders. But no, now it's underneath.
Do you have time for a very quick donation read?
Go
by the
for
way?
it.
Yeah, so I was going to read this out earlier when we had tech issues, but then the tech issues are solved before I got a chance. But Damien with a £5 donation with the message to drink water. I think that's the third donation Damien's done where he's reminded us all to drink water. So don't forget to drink water, everybody. Or in my
Hydrate or
case,
dihydrate.
hydrate or dihydrate. Or in my case, infuse it with tea leaves from the great tea plantations of Yorkshire, and also add some milk and sugar. And you get yourselves a nice warm cup of Yorkshire tea. But yeah, incentive also goes towards the blindfolded incentive for Rhythm Heaven Fever, which does mean that incentive is now met. So we will be watching that blindfolded when that run takes place. But there is another incentive for the Rhythm Heaven Fever run later on called Night Walk, which currently has no donations towards it. If you'd like to see that,
What?
That donation Damien made also goes towards the astronaut hat for the Ollie Oop run, which is coming up next. So if you'd like to see another hat win that one, or if you'd like to boost the astronaut hat, then be sure to put your donation towards that poll as well.
Just a bit of an unfortunate angle there, but no big deal. We're going to grab that moon. And then we're going to see our good pal Captain Toad. Maybe just fall on top of the moon.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I was like, where's the moon for a second? That was the wrong building.
Okay, talking to our good old
There we
Captain
go.
Toad here. And then we're going to be getting three moons from this final sub area here because it's kind of glitched out, and the moon that's supposed to spawn with the moon rock just spawns now. So we get 3 moons in this room.
Yeah, there's typically only 2 moons in this game. In the first pass and in post game, there's a 3rd moon to collect. But there is no hat and seek in the crowd in this version of the mod, so it's just a ground pound moon in the corner.
Okay, one more moon.
This is high above the crowd, and in this version of the mod, it is extra high above the crowd. Here we go. Moving on. Goodbye, Metro.
Yep. Going on to snow here.
So as soon as we land in snow, you're going to see there are immediately some very obvious visual differences. And we're going to also see some very tight trick jumps to avoid what these differences are. I don't want to spoil it. You're going to see it in about 30 seconds. Makes the outside of this kingdom quite difficult. And it actually makes the normal entrance to Shiveria literally impossible to use.
Yeah, they moved the entrance to Shiveria here in the overworld.
There's just a pipe in the corner we have to trick jump up to. There's a lot of trick jumps in this mod, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing 3 in this
But
kingdom.
we're going to see that change.
I'm dead.
Oh, okay, no triple. Try again. What was that just killed you there, Jay? You just, like, touched the ground and died instantly.
I'm dead again. I think I sunk too low there before doing the cap bounce. Oh, I'm really down on
Well,
points.
as you can see, chat, there are waves of poison just scrolling on by in this kingdom.
There we go.
Very nice. Third time's the charm. Ooh, just barely getting out in front of that. All right, we got a trick jump here called Blowy Noey, which Jay's getting first try. Oh my goodness. That was impressive.
Grab it. Thank you.
Need a little bit of extra coins for the shot moon. Good catch there.
That's not gonna
So
work.
that trick jump we saw outside before entering Shiveria, that is typically how you're supposed to get up to the painting island, and you're supposed to use one of the, I call them a Blowy Joey. What's its original name? Taifu. You're supposed to use a Taifu to move one of the wood platforms out of the way to actually be able to jump up to the painting. But it is possible to just jump off the ice wall.
There we go.
More coins. Always good.
Another shot moon. It's Karate
Who's
Man.
on comms? That would be Karate Man.
Yep.
All right, now that shopping's out of the way, we can move on with the rest of Shiveria here.
Oh, of course.
You can talk to him from there? Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's so far away.
I barely nudged the A button there.
Awkward little sideways chest in the wall. Gotta love the hiding spots in Kaizo. Now we're entering the shards room.
Yep, this room's not too bad. Just another. It's pretty much the exact same that I just grabbed. Just up at the top of this room.
You don't do shards in this route, right?
Nope. Very slow. Shards are very slow in this room.
All right, well, another wall chest. We'll take it. The Shiverians have 11-mile-long talking triggers. Jesus.
Oh,
Poison room time with a lot of extra Taifus.
I forgot there was a spiny there. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Dude, if I had $1 for every
Just
death this round.
Barely too close. So we're just going to jump around the Taifus. Avoid that little wind tunnel of death there.
There we go.
And then you do actually have to capture this typhoon in order to get the secondary moon here because it's hidden under the wood. And then we got to get rid of the spinies.
Yeah, this second moon's pretty much vanilla.
Yeah, I don't think anything changed with that moon.
Yep.
It's just the room was harder. The moon was exactly the same, though. I guess you could technically say the same about shards. The shards position was just moved.
I think that's a clip.
That looks clipped.
Nope.
Oof.
That clip doesn't save anything anyway. It's like a second.
Yeah, just a slightly straighter line to the sub area, but now we're in the Goomba room. Going straight to the Story Moon platform. It's a little bit of top level any percent movement there, but we will not be doing Icicle Corner Clip. Gotta open up all of the little icicles here. This is actually the vanilla way to do this room, but it is required because the moon is hidden by this giant icicle that's about to fall.
Did I make it?
Still can't see it. I love how even with the cutscene there, the moon is covered.
Well, that's not good.
Can you get that from the ground?
Yeah, that's just gonna be annoying.
What the? How did those Goombas get back in there?
They can walk over the ledge. Oh my gosh, give me this triple jump. Oh my gosh.
It might be worth it to just go back up.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. There we go. What? Okay, fine, I'll go back up. God.
Sometimes depth perception is the biggest enemy in this game.
There we go.
Alright, Story Moon achieved. One more moon in this room.
Okay, gotta stack one
A
more
little bit
Goomba.
of Goomba vectoring.
Oh my gosh. I can't get a break. I can't get a break. I'm playing so bad. I'm playing abysmal.
I don't think you're playing abysmal. I think you're just trying to play too optimal.
Yeah. Okay.
Apparently chat is just as bad with depth perception, they're saying.
There we go.
I used to do like Ratchet and Clank size matter speedruns, and I have like no depth perception whatsoever. So some things in that run for me were quite difficult because I just could not perceive anything depth-wise.
Yeah, if you have problems with depth perception, 3D platformers are going to be a little bit hard. So here we go. One final moon for snow. We get the snow dram trick jump.
Wasn't gonna work. I got a
Nope,
really
lost a little too much height.
got a really weird camera angle there.
Guys, is depth perception even a real thing if you're playing a game on a two-dimensional screen?
Oh my gosh.
That was weird. You kind of got like, it looked like you got upwarped, but still bonked.
Yeah, I was struggling with this trick before. That's like the only thing I practiced, and I was struggling with it before the run.
You also look like you were aiming really far left.
Really? Okay, we're just gonna be stuck here now.
We have to do this movement. This is the final moon here.
Yeah, I don't even know what backup moon I would get. gosh. It's not even that hard. I don't know why I'm struggling with it so hard.
This is one of those tricks that's pretty difficult when you're first learning it, but once you have it down, it's not too bad. But it's very, very easy to just get a couple of fails in a row.
What? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I'm with Sly Freak on this one. I think you need to aim a little further to the right.
That's not working either. Oh my god, I can't do it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I feel like your vault angle is too far left. Like where you're throwing Cappy before even leaving the Odyssey. Hey, don't put words in my mouth, InstaSim. I never said anybody here was bad at speedruns. I just said depth perception was hard.
I think my setup is also just different because I'm on English as well.
That's true. It's
How did that not work?
More of a consistent setup in Chinese, since that's what people speedrun on.
Yeah. I don't understand how that last one didn't work. There we go.
Wow.
That's
You vector so far left on that.
That's usually how I do it. I just don't know why it wasn't working.
Ooh, a nice roll cancel bounce to end it off with. Alrighty, moving on to Seaside.
Luckily, Seaside's easy.
Yes, Seaside is a bit easier than Snow. It does have another massive change for the kingdom. It's not poison waves. It's actually the complete lack of waves altogether. There's no water.
Yeah.
They had a drought. The Gushins are dehydrated. The Cheeps are dead. There's no water. Shout out to Water Bottle Seaside. No, there's no water. No water at all.
Yep. It's just Side Kingdom.
It's just Side Kingdom. It's Sand Kingdom 2.0. Here's our second Rumble Room. This is the one that had the moon location swapped with the exact same Rumble Room in Sand Kingdom. I don't even think the air swim glitch would be possible in this version of the kingdom. I think you need water for that. But yes, chat, stay hydrated. Everybody get a sip of water. Good thing to do.
Gotta grab this quick 2D moon here. This is just in the one part of the 2D section that you never see in any speedrun.
Yeah, nobody ever goes to the top left 2D area. I will say, it does feel a lot faster to move around this kingdom with no water. But once again, just a bunch of moons kind of moved into random locations. If only we did the Rumble Room back there. There is a little sub area with one moon, and typically you just have to hit a little mound that's moving on the ground and then ground pound on it. But the developers instead decided to add Spewart to that room for no reason.
Come on.
Oh, missed the vault.
Oh, good save.
Wow, I thought you were bonking on that wall.
I'll go
Okay,
up.
try once again. There's a little trick jump vault here with the speed flower. This is to make it over to Captain Toad.
Yep, there we go. Oh, what? Why the heck is Doria so far away? Should be fine, because I reacted. There we go.
Very nice. Dory's still swimming on the non-existent water. 2 more moons to go. We're almost done here.
This one is just, you got a damage boost. There's no way around
Backwards
it.
for it's a shortcut.
Yeah, there's no way to get this one without damage boosting.
Yeah, if you want to do Kaizo damageless, good luck.
I've gone into Bowser's damages on a run. Kaizo.
I guess you didn't do that moon.
No. It died to Harriet, I think, because I thought it was vanilla for some reason.
Alright, final moon here. Just a couple extra
Oh my
eels
God,
to
okay.
avoid.
I'm gonna wait.
What? Oh, did you bonk?
Yeah.
I thought you took damage a second time. I was like, that you had damage
Oh my gosh,
done.
I'm actually gonna die to this moon. Okay,
Oh God.
done.
Okay, we're good. We're good, chat.
Okay, done with this kingdom.
Kaizo all moons damageless will never happen.
On to luncheon.
All right, another big, wide open kingdom coming up. Plenty of moons to collect here. We are almost in the end game, folks.
Yep, luncheon is a pretty brutal kingdom. There's a lot of moons that are very difficult, just back to back. So hopefully it isn't too bad today. Okay, heading around the back of the kingdom for the first 2 moons here.
Are you getting the shot moon here?
Oh, wow, yeah, I am down. There's a coin stack.
Yeah, you're grab coins.
Perfect.
Very nice jump there. It's a very, very nerve-wracking jump there. You have to leave the Podoboo behind and then recapture it after getting the moon that's just hanging underneath the level.
And now
Very impressive.
We're gonna do a Goomba magic trick here. Do a Goomba trick jump. Hope this doesn't take me too long. Oh, come on.
This jump can be kind of awkward, but it's super easy to repeat attempts. And
There we
first try!
That was also giving me trouble.
Don't
before
forget
the
you
run.
need 50 coins.
Yeah, I can grab them in Spirit, and then there's a stack after Spirit.
Perfect. Okay. Nice. Good game knowledge.
Oh, I just saw this. The fight looks difficult, but it actually just plays out as vanilla.
Yeah, it's kind of impossible to make Spirit harder. Spirit's a very easy fight. How on earth were all these moons found? Did the developers share their locations? No, there's just a lot of dedicated players in this game.
Yeah.
Plus, you can get the moon names in-game if you talk to the bird Talkatoo. So some of those moon names will give you, like, extra hints as to what the developers intend on you doing.
Yeah. Some of the moon names aren't great, though. There's a lot of moons that are really cryptic in this mod, like, the Dark Side hint art that's in Snow Kingdom. Or there's some sort of hint art that's in Snow
Oh,
Kingdom.
yeah, there's some tough hint arts. They are all custom hint arts, though. All the hint arts in this game were swapped out for ones that the community made.
Put a stack right there. Straight ahead.
Perfect. How many do you need?
That'll be good. I didn't even need all of them. More than
Oh, yeah, you're good. All right, small detour for coins, but it was absolutely necessary.
Yeah,
Your favorite hint arts are the ones drawn on pen and paper. I'm pretty sure we have one of those in the Kaizo mod.
Yeah, the Zac 207 one in Seaside. Okay, this next minute's pretty annoying. Hopefully I don't spend too long on it. I'm on switch one.
I know there's a hint art that leads to Lake Kingdom. I think that's hand drawn too.
I thought it's just the Zac 207 one.
The one I'm talking about might not be hand drawn. I'm not sure. All right, but cool little tech here, doing a down throw to get Cappy stuck underneath the platform there. There's a little tunnel with a crate moon in it, and we just broke the crate without even having to go inside.
I finally found a consistent setup for that.
I remember last showcase run you were struggling with that one.
I found if I do 2 dives and then vector that last single, it works out.
Okay, going for a cool trick here that's only possible in 1.0. Used to be done in any percent runs, but ever since 1.3 and 1.4 versions came out, it's never done anymore. This is turnip clip. You can shove the hitbox of this hammer bro just inside the moon, and then immediately recapture to clip inside.
That might work. There we go.
There we go, second try.
That clip is so finicky, it's unreal.
It is supposedly easier on the left side of the crate.
Yeah.
Whatever you call that thing.
The cage.
Container?
Whenever Necro showcased this run for GDQ originally back in 2018, this clip was the only thing he messed up the entire run.
My god, how much the route has changed since then.
Oh, don't jump away. Oh, he's gonna jump away.
The hammer bro jumps to a very awkward position in this kingdom. He's not gonna... Oh, he is gonna jump back. I thought you had to have the camera on him.
I forgot that. That would have been bad. Oh, you can't grab that with the pan? No, it did.
What's a down throw? There are motion control cap throws you can do in this game. If you're on a pro controller, you cannot do a down throw. If you're on Joy-Cons, you can do everything. But there's regular motion control cap throws, which just throws Cappy straight out. There's spin throws. There's up throws and down throws. Okay, going for some hidden shards here.
Oh. What?
Having trouble getting that. Oh, Cappy even's having trouble homing in.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go, and then fill out the Spiny, grab this moon.
Couple more shards.
It's right there it is.
Of course, the last one has to be hidden high up.
Yep, you gotta get a bunch of height for that one.
Because gamers don't look up. Oh! Nice save. I thought you were getting your butt burned there. Alright, to the top of Jutting Crag. Just so we can trick jump over to the Forks room.
Got it.
Now this room is fun. There's a bit of difficulty to this room as most of the forks have been removed. And there's one section that requires you to bounce without wasting your cap throw on the tops of one of these thingies.
There we go.
Very nice. That's pretty much the only hard part of this room.
There's still one more trick jump I gotta do, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, that one's not too bad. I feel like if you mess this one up, it's still repeatable.
Yeah.
Like, you can save it. Getting rid of all the coins. Vaulting up to the top of this little pink substance. I don't know what you call it, but there you go. Forks room complete.
Mountain.
Mountain, I don't know. Whatever you call it.
Oh my god.
Very nice, very nice.
Ah. Almost.
That was just like a minor optimization thing, trying to land earlier to warp sooner. Okay, final 5 moons here.
Oh, whoops.
Little butt burning.
I don't think I got
There we
that.
go, getting health back and
Oh,
the
it
moon at the
worked.
same time. Optimal. If you don't have full health, every time you collect a moon, you lose like an extra second or two per tick of health that you have to regain. So collecting that heart just before the moon was actually slightly optimal. And it's time for the final 3 moons.
How the heck is this such a big goal? This was terrible. Well, maybe it's not, actually.
This cutscene's pretty long.
Yeah. It's like, it's not far off gold.
There we go. That is the final multi-moon for luncheon. We are going to be moving on to the end game now. We've got Ruined, Bowser's End Moon left. I know it's like, oh my god, we're at the Ruined boss fight. This is such an auto-scroller now. We're almost at the end of the game. Do not be deceived. Ruined Kingdom has some very, very hard challenges coming up. Really just one long challenge.
Yeah, that gold is.
Very nice. Congrats on the gold. That's 2 golds this run.
I guess it wasn't that bad. I guess it was pretty good. I just forgot the checkpoint. Not bad. That was like a 19-second gold.
So chat, if you remember back to Night Metro, Cheese J said inside the tower, the City Hall Tower, this is the first only up climb. Now we're about to see the real only up climb. That is Ruined Kingdom.
Yeah.
Now, typically in the base game, you would take a pylon, a wire, straight up to the boss fight, and it just kind of plops you down into the fight. In this game, the pylon does still exist. You can ride it up, and then it rides you straight back down, because it will not drop you into the fight. The only way you can get into the fight is by doing this only up climb. I'm going to let Cheese J focus on this.
Come on. Three. That's not gonna work. Almost missed that dive angle there. Okay, this is like the first safety net of the climb. If I fall from this one, I can attempt to save myself using that wall jump portion. Why would I do that?
Oh,
That's
depth
unfortunate.
perception's the killer again. That was so clean at the start. You
Oh,
had me
well.
nervous on your camera angle at one point, though.
We'll try again. Okay, back there again. Oh, try that again. There we go. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, I thought I was gonna be able to dive that. There we go.
I
Second try.
got so nervous. There we go. The only up climb has been complete. It's not over yet, though, because we still have to do the dragon fight. And God forbid something happens in the dragon fight and Jay dies, the only up climb would have to be recompleted. But here we go. We got 3 dragons at the same time. Chat, let's give it up for that only up climb. That was so impressive. Second try, literally only 1 mistake with a ground pound. That was so impressive. Now, there is a bit of a cheese for this boss fight. We will not actually have to complete every single dragon. The way this fight works is there's a trigger zone right there up in the sky. And when Mario enters that trigger zone 9 times, the multi-moon will spawn. We are going to have to do one
I'm not gonna
action
go.
on the dragon. But that's okay.
I'm not gonna go for any more. I'm killing the dragons.
Okay,
Oh
never
my
mind.
God.
We're not going to do that cheese
I
trap.
think I'm gonna
But
die.
basically how it works is...
I think I'm actually dead. I think I'm dead.
Please just take it easy. Just take it easy. Kill 1 dragon and then you can stay on top of it forever. The way that trigger zone works is it launches you up here like this, and then there is a trick jump you can do to kind of stay on top of the walls and then jump back into the zone. So you hit it like twice for 1 dragon hit. This is perfect. You can land right on the other dragon, I think. Almost.
I'm dead. Oh,
My God! Oh my God! This is crazy. Oh yeah, by the way, chat, there's no health in this fight, so you can't regain health.
there we go. That should be safe
Yeah,
now.
that's 1 dragon.
Because I'm not consistent with it pro. On a good day, I'm maybe 10 to 15% with that skip. I can't figure it out. I've probably put 20 hours into that skip and I can't figure it out.
Where do you spawn here? Oh, okay. Okay.
I just don't
we're
get
fine,
it.
chat. Yeah.
I can't
Now
figure
that
out
1
the midair
dragon's
movement.
dead, there's a safety zone. Just stand on the other dragon.
Like that skip is unironically the hardest part of the entire run for me. I just don't get it.
Talking about the trick jump onto the tops of the walls here.
Yeah, just don't get it.
There were like 3 or 4 moments during this fight that really had me nervous. Wait, don't go now. Jesus. Don't go early. No damage boosting.
Oh my God!
There's gonna be 2 dragons down, just barely avoiding the burbos.
That was
Oh
so
my
close.
lord.
Yeah, but you have to land on top, and I can't consistently land on top of the rim of the arena. That's the part I struggle with for a pro. I can't figure out how to do that movement.
I think 1 more hit? 2 more hits? I don't know. I just know you
3
don't
more.
have to defeat this dragon.
Oh yeah, because I did the skip. That's right, I did the
You
skip
did it once, so you should not have to defeat this dragon. Pretty sure you need 1 more, though. Yeah, the moon would have spawned already. 1 more. We're good, chat. Ruin Kingdom is almost complete. Anxiety Simulator 5000. Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, oh. That's not the right phase.
Don't hit the burbo.
Okay, we're good. Should be getting the clear.
See, does the moon spawn? The moon spawns! There we go!
I can't believe this run is going to be underestimate. I can't believe that.
2 kingdoms left to go. We got Bowser's and Moon, and then we are out of here.
I've practiced it, bro. I don't get it. It's just a lack of knowledge. I just can't figure out the exact inputs.
Pro, Jay got the trick jump once, but didn't
Yeah.
get it after that, and then bailed. So 1 hit was taken off the dragon. That's it.
I also find that even whenever, like, I find an issue with that skip is that the time it takes Cappy to home, like, the time it takes Cappy to return to Mario for the homing throw is just not consistent, and sometimes you lose height and then you just bonk. Especially because I'm on Pro-Con. If I was on Joy-Cons, I think it would be more consistent.
It does seem like trick jumpers have a more consistent time on Joy-Cons.
Yeah, because you get the faster home ends on Joy-Cons.
Yes. 2 controllers to shake versus 1. And oh god, don't even get started on relax tech.
Relax
I don't
tech
even do that.
Relax tech actually isn't even what you need there.
Yeah,
Relax tech
that's true, but
you'd be too short.
that's used in other trick jumps, not really required for this mod. No, it's definitely not required for this mod. I know for a fact it's not. Alright, we're here in Bowser's now. We're going to be making our way towards the story moons. We do have to still collect every story moon on the path before defeating the Mecha Brutal fight.
Oh, crap.
And then we'll need 2 more regular moons. Oh,
My
good
gosh.
save. Oh, never mind.
Okay, well, I'm back at the Odyssey. No, I grabbed the checkpoint.
It's like we never started Bowser's.
What? Oh, I guess I didn't grab the checkpoint. Well, there goes a minute. Oh, there isn't one here. I didn't know that.
It's somewhere. All the checkpoints have been moved. Were you trying to find the checkpoint?
Maybe. Okay, we gotta hop around back here because there's an ogre.
Yeah. For this moon, the ogre's moved, and there's a very specific way you have to kill the ogre, which I didn't even know was a possibility before playing this mod, but apparently
What?
you can use the Pokio to kill it. Oh god. Good save. And you gotta kill the regular ogre. I feel like a lot of people didn't know that. Yeah, I would think most people that played this mod discovered that for the first time.
Yeah. I actually knew about it before this mod because I saw a clip on Twitter.
Yeah, that little yellow glowing spot in the forehead of the ogre. Who knew you could poke it with a Pokio? Okay, moving on to shards. Similar to the Snow Kingdom sub area.
Oh, hold on, I missed him
There's
in.
still 5 shards here.
I missed him in.
Oh. Oh, the crate.
Yep.
I remember. I reminded you of this last time. Good remembering. Alright, so like I was saying, similar to Snow, all 5 shards are still here. They're just moved into various different locations. There's one.
Oh my gosh, what is going on today? That's had to have been my 20th death or something stupid.
There have been quite a few deaths.
Oh my gosh, okay.
How in the... What?
It's just laughable at this point.
How did you bonk on that?
I got dropped input.
Okay, still have that 1 shard. Number 2, hidden in some blocks here. There it is.
Oh my gosh.
Please, please. Don't die again.
Okay, 3rd charge at the end of this roof here. Look at the bomb
Got some
cycles.
extra fast bombs.
That'll work, that'll work.
Oh, nice. Hey, there's that checkpoint flag.
One of them. And then the last guards are on the back of this roof here.
Yes, the doors that are shut until after you collect this moon, you actually have to jump around them to be able to collect said moon.
Oh, I got that dive out.
And that is shards. 2 story moons down. 1 more plus a multi-moon to go.
Yep. And then there's a moon I don't want to forget here right below this wire.
Yes, I was just referring to story moons, but you need 1 extra regular moon. That'll be the last one. Does that up throw home in?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think that was homing in.
I thought it
That's
might.
okay. You just got the moon, so you'll spawn on that
Yeah.
platform. Well, that would have been another dram strat. But moving on, heading to the brutal boss fights now. Which one are we gonna see first?
Topper.
It's Topper first. Oh yeah, and they're lava covered. I completely forgot that.
Oh my gosh.
Had to have a little floors lava action somewhere in the Kaizo mod. The Topper fight does actually have some cool strategies,
Oh, I'm dead.
except when that happens. Oh god. Yeah, that's just death. Wow. You didn't even get a chance to save yourself. The game just killed you.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay, take 2. Sly Freak, that up throw dram may have worked if the up throw were just lower.
Okay, see, that's all been smarter this time.
Oh,
That was that one.
that's okay.
It's this one. Oh, whoops, I'm off the platform.
Don't do that. Oh, the last hat. That's rough. Yeah, there's hit 2.
Oh, before it's tangible.
Too early.
Yeah. I might be
At
dead
least
again.
you're not dead. You're not dead yet. If you survive this, it might be worth getting the checkpoint before Harriet.
Oh, I have a better idea. That checkpoint's not consistent. That checkpoint will kill me. The hitbox.
Oh, what? Because of the... Yeah, yeah. You can just go super wide and avoid the lava.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play it a little bit safer. I'm just gonna grab these 2.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so chat, the lava hitbox is like a square, even though the arena is a circle. So the lava extends way further than it should. So here we go. Time for Harriet.
That's fine. Good thing I grabbed the health. Oh, that's not making
Very good
it.
thing. Oh. Very good thing we got health. Close.
There we go.
It's number 2. One more.
This could be good here. Oh, okay.
Close.
There we go.
And that's Harriet. Okay, the Brutals are down. That's another story moon in the books.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. No lava burning at the end. We're good. Okay, all that is left in Bowser's is 1 mecha brutal boss fight. And then we get to go stop the wedding.
Yep. do that.
Was that for the non-existent checkpoint?
Yeah.
A little bit of muscle memory there.
What? Oh, okay. Well,
Whoa! How did that happen?
I thought I got landed on the corner there.
It definitely looked like you were supposed to. I'm watching the replay. What? Wow, you got warped to the right like crazy. That absolutely looked like you should have landed.
No.
But just barely missed. Yeah, Jay got scammed on a dive.
Okay, the only thing changed about this climb up to mech is that these platforms here move a little bit faster. Spin a little bit faster.
I was gonna say, I didn't remember what the changes were here, but apparently there's like basically none.
Yeah, it's just that. That's the only change. Okay, Mecha Burrito. Do you want to explain mech, Karate Man?
Oh, lava. Yes. Sorry. I was trying to remember what the fight was. Okay, so we're doing another Flora's lava version here. Basically, once you get on top of the mech for the first time, it's the same as normal any percent because you're not supposed to fall off the mech anyways. So just a slightly tighter jump for the first portion there, but once you get on the little nubs and up onto Rango, you're basically home.
Whoa!
Whoa! Okay. Maybe
That
we
was
do
crazy.
take two.
That was crazy. I've never seen that.
What happened there was Jay basically landed on the little side platform at the same time that the mech turned, and that momentum just kind of went crazy. But okay, here we go. Take two. Climbing the little nubs again.
Oh my gosh. Take three. I'm gonna
Take
die.
three. Like I said, this fight is no different once you're past the first phase.
There we go.
Successful Rango. Will we see Topper acquired?
Nope.
Close. Oh my god.
We're good.
Okay. Everything's fine. Everybody hold your breath. We're fine. Phase 3. A little bit of an auto scroller.
Yeah, I just gotta stand here so the mech rams this into the wall twice. And then I can get set up for a trick called Target Acquired.
Okay, goodbye, Harriet. Goodbye, Harriet. There we go. Time for target acquired on Skewer.
Oh, that angle's off. Oh, never mind, it worked.
Still got it. Let's go.
Thought it was a little bit too far to
Jay
the
is a
left there.
god gamer. We are moving on to Moon Kingdom.
Yep.
Well, as soon as the moon gets collected. Don't die now.
No, I'm not gonna die now. This is gonna be a little bit overestimate. It's not far though if I get first try in. That'll just come down to the Bowser fight.
And there we go. The final multi-moon collected. Okay, chat. We said earlier in the run that the Cloud Kingdom boss fight with Bowser was significantly easier than this upcoming Moon Kingdom battle. Does anybody have any guesses as to what could be different in this moon battle? How did the developers make this harder?
If I have a perfect moon, I could still stop 140, I think. Barely.
I don't know what a Kaizo moon average is.
My BPT is going to be looking at a 139.20-ish.
Okay. So yeah, first try, you could still get it. I wonder, Sly Freak, what could the devs possibly have done to make this Bowser boss fight more difficult? I'll give you all a hint. They already utilized this technique somewhere else in the game.
2. Okay. Luckily, the outside of Moon is pretty easy. It just comes down to the boss fight. The rest of Moon is pretty free.
They did make escape sequence a little bit harder, but as long as you know what you're doing, it's not too bad. It definitely comes down to the boss fight here.
In my Patel's run, I actually got the boss fight first try and then proceeded to die on escape like 4 times.
Oh. Let's not do that this time. Let's get first try everything.
We'll see.
Can I just ask how far, how close we are on time? Roughly.
I should be, if I get everything in first try, I should be like 30 seconds under estimate.
Alright, so we're still fair ways away from the end.
Yeah.
We're in the final kingdom now. It's going to be close to estimate.
Okay, cool. I'm just having to set up some tech stuff for the next runner is all, so I'm going to be dipping in and out of the on-stream voice channel.
Okay.
No worries. Okay.
Ping me on Discord if we're coming up on time, like within the next... If you come up to like 2 minutes before time, just let me know on Discord.
Okay. At exit sequence, we'll ping.
I'll let you do that, Crowing Man.
Yeah, I got you. A little bit of moon cave skip here. Usually this is done after jumping on top of the Sphinx, but it is possible to do this in many, many different ways. It's possible without cap bounces for one, and it's also possible without jumping on the Sphinx, as you can see right here.
I think I hit Cappy a little bit low on the first one. I was like, I don't know how that first one didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. Your wall positioning on the L seemed decent.
Okay, here we go.
There we go, already up in the chapel.
Bowser fight. Let's see if I can nail it.
We love jank slope geometry. Oh, I love extra wall jumps. They're great. Okay, but here we go. The change to the Bowser boss fight. There's waves of poison again. And the worst part is, these waves of poison can actually move Bowser and drag him off the side of the arena. And if that happens, you can't reach him, and you lose out on that cycle of trying to hit him. But as you can see here, Jay is going to be waiting for very specific times to jump over this poison to make sure Bowser stays in place and can still finish the cycle of hits. So you might notice one or two instances where Bowser kind of very shortly starts to move with the poison wave, and then Jay stops and hits him. And there we go, avoiding flames and poison. Trying to get Fast Hats phase 2. Does get it. The other thing you have to be careful of is when you finish those rounds of hits on Bowser, he kind of knocks you backwards a little bit. So that can actually knock you into the poison sometimes. So there's a million things you have to keep track of in this fight. Jay is doing expertly so far. And this is a changed version of the fight. I think this is like the 880 moons version of the fight, where you have to hit Bowser a ton of extra times. You can hear Chichi was getting a little nervous there on that knockback. It was very close to the poison. But we're still here for phase 3. Breaking the block that Bowser stands on in the middle. Very nice.
Oh, well, that might be bad timing. No, it'll work.
Oh, okay.
That'll work.
Close to the poison. You're good, you're good.
There we go.
Final hits.
Oh, I miscounted! I miscounted! Oh my god.
Oh no!
Gosh, I can't believe I miscounted.
That's the tough part. When there's so much muscle memory of doing this fight normal, where it's just 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, and then an extra hit. It's so different when you have to do like 5 hits and then 6 hits. Like, there's so much you have to count and memorize here. But that was a great first attempt. Because of that, we're probably going to be a little overestimate. But let's see how the second fight goes. Oh my god, you were clipped into that poison there.
I don't think it matters until the knockback animation's over. Is when I can take the hit, the death.
Yeah, you might be right.
So as
there
long
might
as
not be
so as long
an
as it's
actual
out
hitbox for damage.
So as long as it's out of the way before I stand back up, I'm good.
Waiting for that poison slope. There we go.
Really?
Oh, he's getting moved.
Should be fine.
Ooh, I don't know.
I've done this backup a lot. I'm dead. I'm
God.
dead. I'm dead though. No, I'm not. Oh wow.
Are you? No, you're not. You got moved by the poison, but you got like a frame jump and it saved you.
Okay.
This is insane.
Now I really have to get picked here in time. There we go.
Yes, sitting in a very specific spot
There we
to
go.
kind of manipulate where Bowser's going to jump. You want him jumping back to the same starting platform every time. This could be it, chat.
There we go. I'll take second try.
Let's go! Bowser is defeated. We're not done yet. Gotta get into exit sequence. There we go. All right. It is about 2 minutes from end time for
I think
here.
it's a bit more in Kaizo.
Maybe a little bit more, but just so staff has estimates.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
That
There
was
you go.
actually an insane Bowser fight. You had to chase him down to another location around the arena. You got pushed by the poison and still lived.
I've practiced just about every backup for that fight that you can do.
Pro in chat saying around 3.5 minutes for exit sequence. Thank you for the update. But we are in endgame, folks. This is it. There's nothing left. No more fights. No more moons. We just have to leave the moon.
Come on. These blocks are so scuffed.
You're a little awkward jumping up when blocks are constantly falling on you, and the block you're standing on is lowering down and falling.
Leave the
Now we
main
get to the
challenge.
section.
There we go. GG skip.
Successful 2D skip. A forced 2D skip, mind you. We have one more to do here. And one more. There we go.
Go.
No 2DSS. Get out of here. Couple extra chick jumps with Bowser before we enter the final room. It is pillars time, baby.
This should be a 141, I think. Like mid. Oh no, I want to do that one.
We need 4 pillars to fall down here. Got to hit him with 5 fireballs each.
That's not the angle.
I believe the one behind us was hit
There we
with
go.
2.
I think it was
That's a good
one.
angle.
I'm gonna say the first one was hit once.
Okay. But that's almost 1 pillar.
What?
One more.
I think I off-screened it. There we go.
There we go. That's 1.
Oh, let's see. You're right. Look at that. I didn't think I hit
That's
those.
2.
Come on.
That's 3 pillars. One
Whoa.
more.
I do not like that camera pan.
Camera, do not do that.
I hate aiming with Bowser. It's so annoying.
It's very, very hard to aim as Bowser precisely. He does
There we
not
go.
want to stay in the same direction. But that is all 4 pillars.
I have
As
to.
soon as we shoot out of this wire in the middle, that is time.
Smash. There we go. GG's.
Kaizo, 80%.
Time.
Complete.
GG. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. If you want to see more from me, I stream over on twitch.tv/CJ with 2 Ys. And sometimes I make YouTube content over on YouTube at youtube.com/@CJ. 1 Y. Anything you want to shout out, Karate Man?
Yeah, if you guys like this Mario Odyssey content, I also stream and make videos on this over at youtube.com/@KarateMan. My most recent long form video is actually a playthrough of Odyssey while randomly teleporting every 10 seconds. Super chaotic mod, but if you guys want to check that out, it's on my YouTube channel.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that run. The next run on our schedule, first and foremost, the actual time is 1 hour, 41 minutes and 57 seconds. So well done for that. Ever so slightly overestimate, but we'll gloss over that. The next run on the schedule, which we'll be going over to in about 5 to 10 minutes time, we just have to sort out some tech things first and foremost before we go on to it, is Ollie Oop all missions. This run does have a poll attached to it, which is the hat choice poll. If you go to !donate on Twitch, or there's a link in the description on YouTube, you'll find this poll on the donation page that you can donate to. And if you'd like to choose a particular hat for that particular run, then please do so. Currently, the astronaut hat is winning at £25. The pumpkin hat is second at £5. All the rest have £0 on them. But if you'd like to either boost astronaut even higher, or if you'd like to donate to another poll option, then by all means add it to your donation. We've met the blindfolded incentive on Rhythm Heaven Fever, all medals, and as such that has reached £50 out of £50. So that will be an incentive we will see on that run later on. But there is a second incentive for that particular run, which is the Night Walk incentive, which is currently on £0 out of 50. So if you'd like to see that as well as the blindfolded incentive, then by all means put some donations towards that incentive as well on the page. There is a drop down basically below the form where you fill it. You can fill in the form. There's a drop down on there where you can select your incentive and polls to add to the donation. And donations, of course, go to everyone can, subject to terms and conditions on the page. We do retain a 10% cut of donations just to cover running costs of the event and also card processing fees and all that stuff. But the donations that you see on screen, the total you see on screen is the total eventually we will be donating to everyone can. That currently stands at £89, which is absolutely incredible, much higher than what we started with this morning, which is excellent. But let's get even more donations in so that we can have a really high total that we can send to everyone can after the event. So, thank you Cheese J for the run, thank you Karate Man for the commentary. Do either or both of you have anything you'd like to say before we finish and go on to the next run?
No, I think we're good. I think we did all our shout-outs.
Alright, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us, though.
No problem at all. Thank you very much for taking part. We'll see you again soon.